Some breaking news during the show. The former super lightweight undisputed champion of the world, Josh Taylor, has retired. Before we go and speak to Josh, who's going to join us in a second, what's your reaction to that, Spence?
I sort of half expected it, losing his last fight against Echo Esserman, and that was, admittedly, he tried to jump up again into the welterweight division. Come unstuck against Echo Esserman in a good fight, a close fight, but when you're looking at the levels, when a fighter's reached the heights that Josh Taylor's reached...
I'm a huge fan of Josh Taylor's. I don't think he got the credit he should have gotten earlier on in his career.
When you become undisputed super lightweight champion, you have to give that respect on that man's name, and I think that, no disrespect to Echo Esserman, but when you're dropping down to Echo Esserman's level and you're losing fights there, you're sort of going to reassess it, and I think that Josh has earned very well out of the sport, and, he goes down in the history books.
Absolutely.
I think that it was an incredible career.
Absolutely. Well, Josh joins us. Josh?
OK, mate.
Nice to see you. Big decision, Josh. What's prompted it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big decision. It's quite a hurtful one to do, to post, because I still feel I had plenty to give, but at the end of the day, my health is more important than boxing, and I've got a lot of life left to live after boxing, It's due to my health reasons, my eyes, I've had 4 operations in my eyes now, and it's just, I'm playing with my health too much now, and I've got a lot of life to live, I don't want to end up going in boxing. I ended up going to get laser eye surgery in my eyes 2 weeks ago, and I found out that I had retinal tears in my in the retinal tissue. So that was my decision made for me. I'm not willing to play roulette with my health, especially something as precious as my eyesight. So I've got a lot of life to live now. So
Indeed,
I'm not willing to play lottery with my health.
Yeah, Josh, totally understand that decision, mate. You sort of have to put your health first, and that is important. I mean, look, you've had an incredible career, undisputed world super lightweight champion. You look at what you've achieved in your career, and you go last time out, the fight, moving up in weight, losing to someone like Echo Esserman. And you look at that and you weigh it up and you go, where does he go from here? What does he want to achieve? But one thing you can't take away from you, my friend, is, you're one of the greatest, greatest guys to do it on our shores in recent times.
Yeah, thank you for that, Spence. And, it's a little bit frustrating the way I went out as well. I'm going out on kind of bad form the last couple of fights. I mean, my last fight was good. It started off good. I felt really comfortable in there. I was in no danger of feeling the strength or power. I just felt like I got kind of too comfortable and too complacent, and then I couldn't get going again. But that's due to me, and also due to Echo as well, because he dragged me into his kind of fight. So you've got to give congratulations where congratulations due. And Echo is a great guy as well. I've known him for years, so I've got absolutely no bad words to say about him, and I wish him all the best in the rest of his career.
How do you want the boxing landscape to remember you, Josh? Because I was just making the point before you came on. I mean, I think that at the time, when you and I spoke about it before, when the broadcasters weren't picking up some of your fights, you weren't getting the credit that you should have got. And then ultimately you did. You beat Regis Prograis, and the noise started to happen. And then the background noise about Jack Catterall on that fight and who did or didn't win and whatever else. How would you like boxing to look back on you?
I don't know really. I'm a fighter that came up. I came up quick and I came up hard, and I fought all the best opponents that were available at the time, and I went on to try and achieve more greatness, but I failed at the final hurdle. So just a fighter that came up and wasn't afraid to take on any challenges and fought everybody that was available. So yeah, I mean, all I can say is I'm extremely proud to be the one, first and only undisputed world champion in the 4-belt era. So that's one that I'm very, very proud to call myself. And
rightly so. Do you think that you've got the recognition and the credibility and the respect that you should have got for that very achievement you just mentioned?
I think it'll probably come over time, but I'm not really too fussed, to be honest. I've sort of been the most of my career kind of half under the radar, so I'm not really fussed. I'm not really a show pony anyway. I can firmly hold my stand proud and hold my head very high and be very proud of what I've achieved in this game. And as I said, and a couple of other interviews, one in a 70 million career, whatever the population of the UK is, you know, the only one to do it. So I'm quite happy with myself.
Yeah, Josh, I think you've nailed it there, mate. I think that history, you know, has a place of that where you get the recognition that you deserved after your career finishes. We were talking about it on a show that we just done earlier with the likes of Lennox Lewis. You're talking about him at that time, and we look back like sort of 10 years on and go, actually, he was one of the greatest to do it. And I think we can't deny what you've achieved, and I think you will get that recognition now that your career is over, you know, because people like to talk about fight by fight, but when you go through your career and look at that, I was there 2019, August 2019, Regis Prograis at the O2. That's one of the best fights still, and I stand by this technically, and the grit and the determination that both you guys showed that I've actually witnessed. I've been at. I appreciate it as a boxing fan. Give you a little bit of everything. And going to be Jose Ramirez on, you know, away soil. You recognise what you've done there, and those sort of victories that'll go. That's what you'll be remembered for, and I think that people will appreciate that. I would just like to say, I've really enjoyed your career. I think it's been fantastic, mate, and I think that you have been one of the best fighters of our modern times. You know, forget all the fights and the criticisms that you get for the controversies surrounding certain fights or whatever. Look at your career as a whole, mate, and I think you'll go down and you'll be remembered as a great, great fighter.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, and I'm just glad that, you know, I got to put where I'm from, representing where I'm from, and put my country on the map and represent my people, you know, from where I'm from. And I always like to say that when I was getting announced in the ring and stuff, Josh Taylor from Edinburgh, and I was going, no, Josh Taylor from Preston Pans, put Preston Pans where I'm from, you know. So I like to put where I'm from on the map, and I just like to say, like, I just take this opportunity to thank everybody throughout my career for the love and the hate, because that motivated me as well. So I just like to say thank you to everybody, and it's a wee bit sad and a wee bit emotional that the curtain's coming down now. It's going to take a little bit of time to adjust to normal life outside the ring a little bit, but I'll find something. I'll get into the gym and start training the next generation of lads coming through, and I've got my motorbikes and all that there as well. So I'm looking at, but I'll always be around about boxing, that's for sure. It's a huge part of my life.
Well, Josh, on a weekend where we've seen Usyk crowned again as an undisputed champion, you're the last British man to be an undisputed at his weight class. So that goes down in history, and I'm pretty sure that people will hold you in the highest regard. And we both wish you very well. Yeah. And you take care of yourself and look after yourself. Yeah,
thanks, guys. And I just want to say last final thank you to you guys as well, obviously giving me the platforms and interviews over the career as well.
You deserved it, Josh.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for so many memorable nights, mate. Well done.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT. Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.